Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. I M27 accidentally discovered proof via T-Mobile data that my girlfriend, F34, of 5 years and mother of my son, has exchanged 1,400 plus texts and photos with a guy from a town over that she absolutely denies. Throwaway, TLDR, I accidentally discovered proof via T-Mobile data that my girlfriend of 5 years and mother of my son has exchanged 1,400 plus text and photos with a guy from a town over that she absolutely denies. I'm writing this partly to vent and partly for advice. I'm still emotionally numb from the argument and my mind is racing with what if possibilities from bad to worse, leaving me distracted to everything else I need to get done. I recently discovered 1,400 plus texts and pictures as well as calls sent between her girlfriend phone and some guy's phone from the next town over that dates back just over a month from today. My T-Mobile account shows the type of message, the number and date, but nothing like the actual word or picture content. Prior to this she was on a different phone plan, so I don't know how long this has been happening. When I confronted her about this, she claimed to have no recollection of this number or any conversations with this guy. Somehow, unknown to her, she says, all call and text logs are missing from her phone, which is only possible if they were manually deleted. She tried to make excuses such as saying her mom was using her phone, but there are instances when both myself and the other guy were being messaged at the same time. Unless her mom was posing as her and having a conversation with myself and this other guy, it doesn't make sense. Even if they were sharing the phone, I know for a fact her mom isn't with her at all hours of the night and day in which these conversations and photo exchanges took place. Her poor excuses and lack of memory regarding the conversations with this guy don't add up to me. She continues to deny everything from here to kingdom come. But data doesn't lie, people do. At this point though, even if she wasn't screwing around with some guy behind my back, I've come to the conclusion our relationship wouldn't have worked out anyways due to a stable foundation of trust and communication. She has proven time and time again to be untrustworthy and undependable. For example, she thinks it's totally acceptable to go on a bender and simply ghost me for a day or more at a time with no communication to let me know she's okay, or where she is, or when she plans on coming home. I work far from home, and when I don't know who is watching our son because I cannot communicate with her, it frustrates me beyond belief. Even though I have brought up that our communication needs work and we discuss it, she continues to repeat her actions, then acts surprised when we argue again. After the years we spent together, I've come to the understand that she honestly lacks the ability to comprehend my point of view or how her actions make me feel. She either doesn't understand or refuses to acknowledge other points of view. It's her story or nothing. It also doesn't help that she barely works and doesn't have a vehicle. I had to pay her ticket to get her license reinstated and so much more. Damn near everything is paid for by me because I work my ass off with a full-time engineering tech position for Intel while going to school full-time with the GI Bill so we can attempt to have slice of the American dream. Only for this to happen. Over 5+ years wasted trying to grow what started as a young and fun but rocky relationship into a loving family relationship. I know that may not seem like much to some of you, but it isn't just this. It's countless little things that add up over time. It's the fact that the same old issues resurface time and time again no matter how they are approached. It's almost cyclical in nature. This is straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. We've overcome many things prior to this, but I can't keep doing it. Not to mention all the money and hard work I've put into getting a house for us will go down the drain to fund a lawyer so I can ensure my time with my son isn't impeded by her vindictive behavior. Do you think data recovery specialists could retrieve the deleted messages from the Android? At this point it's driving me crazy not knowing. I just want to see the truth behind the lies even if it hurts. I know what needs to be done, it's just difficult to do knowing everything that will be set in motion because of it. What would you do in this situation? Edit, you're right, I shouldn't focus on getting the details of the text messages. I have more important stuff to focus on, like getting an attorney. It sucks to let it go and not know the entire truth, but it's not as important as ensuring time with my son and establishing my rights as his father. Edit, looking for attorneys and looking for a new place to call home. Both are going to be needed if I have any chance of getting custody. I'm on it. Bud, I think you already know everything you need to know. She's doing you dirty with zero respect for you. I can't tell you what to do, but buddy, that situation is FUBAR in my opinion. I do, just not looking forward to all the things that will come after the breakup. Going to be lots of court, lots of wasted money, and most importantly the time with my son will be at risk until a schedule is established. Further on this, I don't know what you're expecting from the recovered text messages either. I know it'll give you closure, maybe confirm or slightly mitigate your fears, but either way you know that this is a huge breach of trust and understanding, and it's par for the course. 5 years is a very long time, and this will be painful, but ultimately worth it. Peace is in your future, Blackheart. Doomed if you do and doomed if you don't. Try to establish boundaries, but if that won't work, then think of a divorce. BTW, at 27, you should be dating early 20 girls, not much older women. Now you know why. I mean, she has clearly cheated. You know you'll never get the truth, so I would get the lawyer yes and a STD test. Honestly, I would want a DNA test as well. Dude, even ignoring your original topic, she clearly has zero respect for you. None. That there alone is enough. Get a lawyer, prepare for a custody battle, and from the sound of it, she's going to make it one hell of a fight. Good luck, my man. Thanks. Looking up attorneys in the area as we speak. Just nice to hear that other people see it the way I do. She has a way of twisting my mind, making me think I'm crazy for wanting it to be better than this. It's hard to explain how she is, but I'm done with it. I just worry about my son. I gotta see what the attorneys think and how to best navigate this mess. Please tell us you're not in California. Unfortunately, I am. I never thought I'd wind up back here after I left in 2018 when I got out of the Navy. I moved back here to be closer to my son, shaved off a couple 100 miles. Intel had me working in as prior to this. Those were some long commutes, but my boy was worth it. Moving to CA put me closer to him, but even with a raise, the higher cost of living, it sort of cancelled out. Why do you ask? Is there something in particular about CA custody laws I ought to know? Absolutely one of the worst states for fathers as far as custody and child support decrees. There are some cases where the father got a fair shake in court, but it's rare. There is no common law marriage in CA, but they do have implied, so alimony is a real possibility. I said in my previous comment to the DNA test, that it is for your shipmate. You need to know. I won't go into Navy wives and girlfriends being snakes because you already know. I was under the impression CA, being a more progressive state, was starting most custody cases at 50-50 unless evidence was obtained to prove that would not be in the best interesting of the child. Given my current work and school schedule, 50-50 is probably the best I could hope for. For now. I really need to transfer to a remote position on the engineering team, but all my specialties and skills require me to be hands-on in the labs and fabs. Once we've gotten closer to a court determination, I'll start making changes in my schedule to better suit my son and the court. He's 100% my boy, spitting images of me and my father. That matter was settled long ago. My boss has full custody of his daughter. Don't listen to this person. If she's going on benders. Every time someone says that, I remember the guy whose wife's paternity frauds him with a guy who could be his stunt double. It's not. My cousin just screwed over her baby daddy and they weren't even married. I mean really screwed. Lovely, glad to know there's still another kick in the balls on the way. I'll just navigate this mess the best I can with the best attorney I can afford. After all, not much of a choice for me because I don't plan on leaving my son's life. Don't worry yourself about it, one anecdote is not enough to panic over. CA will give you 50% unless there are very extenuating circumstances. Your lawyer should let you know if you should transfer to that remote team right away in order to show a history of availability to care for your son. Best of luck to you. I mean, she has clearly cheated, you know you'll never get the truth, so I would get the lawyer yes and a STD test. Honestly, I would want a DNA test as well. Yeah, it seems I'll never get to the bottom of it. I'm coming to terms with it. Other people are right, I shouldn't waste time on trying to know what was said/done in the texts. I have more important things to take care of. Working on the lawyer aspect. Looking into a living arrangement for my son and I for when I'm off work and back in town. Going to need a place he can stay at for the courts sooner or later. Those are interesting points to consider as well, thanks. Run this by T-Mobile and see if they can assist you in retrieving the texts remotely. Sometimes it's doable, but it would have to be determined by their tech. You can also call the guy, assuming you have his number, and find out what's what. Don't get angry, just get his side of the story. This relationship isn't worth it for you to continue, with or without the proof of cheating. She seems to be gaslighting you at every turn, neglecting your request and have you pay for her mistakes, and I will advise you to get a very good lawyer. Even though she's your girlfriend, you should petition legally to gain full custody of your son and ensure that nothing comes out of your pocket for child support. Make sure to follow the lawyer's advice to the T and proceed accordingly. Whatever life you and your son have, the one without this deadbeat of a girlfriend will certainly be the best one. Best of luck. First thing I did was call the number and ask the guy directly what's going on, but he acted like he didn't know her or recognize the number. The call and text logs show them to be conversing up to the early morning, so I know he is BSing me. I just wish they would tell the truth. I already have the data to back it up. The constant lying is infuriating. I'm already looking into lawyers and trying to get a plan in order. This has gone on long enough. Get out, bro. Please. Working on getting out while still having ample time with my son. Last thing I want to do is get cut off from my boy until the attorney can wade through the BS of custody court and get me a schedule. Have you phoned the number? I have, but the guy played dumb. Tried to pretend he didn't know her or the number, but the logs from T-Mobile say otherwise. How do you send over 1,400 texts and photos to someone you don't know on a number you don't recognize? Neither her or him will fess up. Seems it's a moot point now. You don't need evidence to break up, just forget the effort and block her. You are correct in not needing evidence to break up. Although I do have evidence via T-Mobile call and text logs. I have this stupid urge to see what was really said rather than looking at call/text transcript of date timestamps. Her and I are done without a doubt. But, because of our son, I can't just block her and move on. The situation is more delicate than that, unfortunately. Cheaters gaslight. You will never know the full truth. Not even when there is nothing left to lose. They will lie and gaslight even as you show them screenshots of their messages, evidence of hotel bookings and photos of them with their affair partner. Don't get caught up in chasing the truth. You know what it is. Yeah, I'm being by a few people here, it's not worth my time, and I know they are right. It just really irks me to not know the entire truth, but I have more important stuff to spend my time on now, like getting an attorney. I never really knew what gaslighting was until I met this gal. She had a way of making it seem like I was crazy when I brought things up and always twist things around on me. The more I look back on things, the more I'm starting to see I'm not crazy and she really was distorting the truth. Gaslighting, as it's called. I would break up with her for using SMS/MMS in 2021. Seriously, who does that? A much appreciated touch to an otherwise bad day. Thanks, bud. You're welcome. I'm sorry you're going through this, but you can do it and you'll be much better off in the end. Look up data recovery software online. Then you download the phone onto the computer. Good luck. I'm good with hardware and machinery, but software isn't my forte. I found some data recovery places in town I'm going to try calling. Good idea. They'll be able to advise. Just ducking breakup. Damn. Because my son is involved, it's not too simple. Until I get a lawyer to establish a visitation schedule, if I don't plan this out carefully, she will impede our father/son time. The breakup is easy, how to handle the fallout is what's difficult. If there is no custody agreement, there's nothing stopping you from being primary caretaker and leaving with your son and you keeping him until there is a custody order. Do a reverse search on the number. If the phone is registered, you can get his name. Also DNA test your son, like you said you don't know how long this has been going on. I got his name when I called the number to find out what was going on, but the other people are right. What's the point? As much as wasn't to knock these guys lights out, what good would it do me? Risk an arrest just before court for custody of my boy? My son is what I need to focus on, getting custody and getting a stable home set up to show the courts he should be with me. If you can prove the infidelity with him, he can be named in the suit. Alienation of affection is a thing. For Christ's sake, do not confront him or put your hands on him. The last thing you need is an assault charge. But in the end, what everything is going to boil down to is how good your attorney is and how hard your GF is going to fight. I would have every bit of information I could get at the ready. If you were in intel, then you know the importance of that in any battle. I know, I'm not going to do anything to risk losing my boy. When I got names and numbers, it was in the heat of the moment when I just wanted to know everything. I've resigned myself to the situation and know what I need to do. I think you misunderstood when I said Intel. I'm an engineering tech for the Intel Corporation, semiconductors. But it's cool, and gave me a much needed laugh. I was a construction mechanic with NMC before, back in the Navy. Lol. Okayik. A dirt digger. Sorry I downgraded you. All good, buddy. Clearly you need to end the relationship, but right now your priority needs to be putting yourself in the best possible position in regards to your son. Do try and retrieve those texts and photos if you can, but more importantly, you need to make notes of these past instances of her going out and being uncontactable for days. These notes need to be backed up with facts, dates, records of your trying to call her, lists of friends she was with, bank statements if she was using a joint account, etc. Ultimately, this will be about who is more fit to be the primary carer of your son. I'm no lawyer, and you definitely need to go see one, but I'd guess that proving she is irresponsible and abandons her child for days to get wasted is much more helpful to you in proving she cheated on you. I'd do this before getting into another major argument with her. All you'll do is tip her off that you're headed for a custody battle and give her time to delete more information or throw out more lies. Definitely good advice here. Yeah, I'm letting the messages and stuff go. Everyone here is right, it's a distraction to what I need to focus on. I'm already looking for attorneys in the area to help me out. I know enough about the system to know I can't successfully navigate it on my own. I'll see what I can do. I'll be getting off work Wednesday morning to go home for what used to be family time. Now it's just going to my boy and I, if all goes well enough. If she decides to be vindictive and keep me from him, I'll just record the details and spend the rest of my time off work looking for an attorney or getting that attorney evidence to work with. Okay, so you already don't trust her. You already know she's unreliable, and is happy to ghost you for a few days with no communication. Probably because she's ducking some other guy and doesn't want to be bothered by you while he railing her. So what purpose would it really serve for you to get her deleted messages? You already know what you will find. And even if you don't find proof, you already know you can't trust her. The relationship is over. Say goodbye and let her go. You dodged a bullet. You learned some things, and now it's time to take some time for yourself. Go to the gym. Get a hobby. Spend time alone. Then in a few months, after some time to heal yourself, consider dating again. Do not contact her or communicate with her for any reason after you break up. Just an illogical desire to know everything. The more I think about it, the more I know it's a moot point. I've more important things to focus on. It's just something I'll have to let go. You and some other people are making good points. This is one bullet that's going to be with me the rest of my life whether I like it or not. She's the mother of my son and it is important for my son to have her in his life, even if I wish she wasn't, as much as it is for me to be in his life. Schooling, medical, dental, visitation, trips, etc. will have to be communicated between us. I'll just put on my best poker face and navigate this landmine as carefully and efficiently as possible. Suddenly stepping away from being involved with my son would not only be wrong but detrimental to my chances of obtaining custody in court. If we didn't have a son, then you can bet your ass I'd count my lucky stars and put this all far behind me. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.